Noon, everybody. Good afternoon. It's your boy Real Nitty. Welcome to the Real Nitty. Welcome to the channel. And what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to put together a little series here of beginners tutorials for new players to Smite. Now you say, why am I doing that? Because most of the videos on the internet are for players who already know how to play Smite. Take it from me, if you do not already know how to play Smite and you're new, it's kind of frustrating because you don't quite understand what all these guys are talking about because they make videos and they assume, for the most part, that you're looking up the videos because you already know how to play. When me and my friends started on Smite, okay, we had no clue what was going on. We didn't know that there was videos online. We didn't know what was going on, but we enjoyed playing MOBAs. And we jumped in there and we took a hell of a whooping in the beginning. And me and my friends actually started about 6 years ago. Um, but we learned it, but it was, hard learned. So I'm going to make it easy for a lot of new people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here with assassins because you see we have assassins, guardian, hunters, mages, and warriors. Most importantly, what I'm going to start with for new players is knowing what the purpose of your role is, and more specifically, um, little nuances to make it easier for you. Again, it still won't be easy. It'll be a learning curve, but I'll break it down to you guys the way me and my friends actually wanted to learn and the things that would have helped us in the beginning. So let's start here at the top. The first role in the Smite's line here is assassin. So let's see, let's pick one. Let's say let's say Fenrir. All right. Um Now as we see here, Fenrir, if you're a new player, the first thing you need to understand is his abilities, right? So Fenrir's abilities, and I'm not gonna go through reading everything. I'm give you the layman's term, okay? So his first ability is Unchained. Um, what you need to understand about assassins is their job, right, is to actually get the kills and keep the other team off balance. So not just to get the kills, but to keep the other team off balance is a big point because the 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 assassin or the jungler, as they're commonly called, will be out of sight a lot of times during the match because they're trying to sneak up on other teams. So keep that in mind. If you're playing with an assassin, you want to keep them off balance. They don't need to know where you are all the time. Sometimes you'll stay in the lane and attack when given the opportunity. But a lot of times you can be out of lane, in the jungle, out of sight, hiding around corners. You want to keep the other team off balance and utilize um, your ability to stay out of sight. Okay, so if you're playing with an assassin, okay, first thing you need to do is understand their abilities if you're a new player. So you're going to go through the list of abilities. You're going to understand what they do. Unchained, obviously, I'm not going to read it, but basically what it is a leap, okay, and at full runes it'll do a different thing. What are runes? Runes are there's like four runes or spots for runes you'll see, and they light up every time he actually activates one. Okay, when fully activated, the leap will stun. Okay, and then the leap does damage, as you see, it does physical damage. 325 maximum plus 95 of your physical ability, and it stuns for 1 second if you have full runes. Okay, um, then the cooldown gets reduced by 30% if you hit a guard. All right. What the howl does is give you life steal, temporary life steal buff for 6 seconds. Okay, um, and then when he's inspired, meaning he inspires himself by howling. Okay, it generates 2 runes, so that's a good way to get a leg up on your runes. Okay, so this is good. Now, when you're jumping in, you want to howl, or before the fight, right before you start fighting, you want to howl and then give you life steal while you're in a battle. Brutalize is again his main damage ability. What it is that he leaps. When you leap at the enemy, he'll claw them like four times. He'll claw them, does big damage. This is a great move for Fenrir. Does a lot of damage. Again, we're not gonna get into that. Um, Ragnarok. is his ultimate ability. He grows large, giant compared to everyone else on the battlefield, and then when you're running at someone, you can grab them, okay, and it will pick them up, and a lot of times that is used to carry them back into your tower or back towards your team where everyone can damage them. Or if they're almost dead, you'll pick them up, set them down, so when just give them a basic attack when you put them down. When the ability runs out, you just swipe them and they'll be dead. Okay, if they're already at that point with their health. Okay, and again, then all characters on Smite has a passive. His passive is, as we see, he gains efficiency as he attacks. Every hit activates a rune, a maximum of up to 5 runes. I said 4 earlier, but it's actually 5 runes. So what that basically means is that as you hit someone with a basic attack, or you can even hit the minions in the jungle, or the minions in the lane, or enemies, you'll get a rune. So once you hit someone 5 times, or the enemy characters 5 times, your runes will be fully activated, and then all the excuse me, all the extra abilities that you gain from the runes will be activated. Okay, and then you'll get all the extras as you see here. When the runes are activated, there's a stun. Um, that will just give you 2 runes. Okay, 4 runes. Each strike gains additional power. Okay, we see that 15%. All right. And then at 4 runes, his protections doubles with these. So it's good to have for all 5 runes fully activated before you do a lot of his moves, any of his moves, unless the opportunity presents itself to get a kill very quickly after that. Okay, so that is Fenrir. So we want to keep in mind that as any assassin, okay, as any assassin goes, here we're going to go into this real fast. This is only for new people now. I want new people to understand what they're doing. So here we go. We're going to go into what? Training. Right. Let's go do a quick training real fast. Um, you need to understand, as an assassin, you are considered a squishy character. An assassin is considered a squishy character. Now, what does squishy mean? Because you hear a lot of people say that in the Smite community. Squishy means that you cannot take a lot of damage. Okay, you'll get killed easily if you're in the midst of a team fight and you're not aware of where everyone is on the board. So, as an assassin, you must understand where everyone is on the board at all times, teammates and enemies. Okay, just grab Fenrir real quick. Teammates and enemies, you must understand where everyone is. Okay, um, and I say that because you, in keeping everyone off balance, you still have to know where they are because that is your mode of attacking. They need to know, you need to know where they are without them knowing where you are, and that is how you get people off attack. And a lot of times you will attack while the enemy is attacking someone else. In other words, when you see the enemy attacking or trying to attack someone on your team, that is when you can hit them because they're not aware of your presence and they're focused on attacking. So now they're not focused on defending, right? So that's when you get them. You got to be sneaky, okay? That is the job of an assassin. You get the kill and get out of there. Or if you see someone trying to get away, your team has already put the smash on them and they have a little bit of health, you attack them. That is how you have to get the people if you're playing an assassin role. Okay?
No fight, only win.
That's very important. That is very, very, very important. Okay? Now, if you're playing an assassin, you could start with, okay, depending on what game mode you're playing, you could start with a buff, a starter. Okay, I'll put a blue stone on. Needs a little bit of health. Needs a little bit of mana. Okay, and then I'll put in, Jonah Rab. The important thing is when you're putting in your cards, customizing your cards, putting them in, you want to choose. See, here's a basic. Smite, the game will give you a default, a core default. Now they like to build Fenrir with a lot of defensive items on him. Why? Because a lot of times he's in the midst of the fight and he gets focused on. What do I mean when I say focused on? That means all 3 of the characters on the other team, or at least 2 of them, will focus on doing damage to him.
Someone had to do it.
Now this is just training, so I'm not worried about what's going on in the battlefield right now.
Oh, double tap.
Your computerized teammates are never that good. So anyway, but I like to build him a little bit more damage base.
Your
Okay,
middle tower is
so I
under
just give a
attack.
demonstration what's going on. You'll get a chance to learn about the cards. I may do another video about that later on. I'm just really damaged on concentrating on what your role should be. All right, so we see here that we see that his health is low. Let's jump on him, and we get him out of there. And you see that? Now we jump on him. He's trying to get away. We're waiting for it, and we got him. Okay, let me level that up. Now he's not paying attention. Obviously, this is a computer. Okay. And that's just basically, yeah, this is a computer, so it's a little easier, obviously. But, okay, now it's time for the ultimate. We're going to level that up. You press up on the D-pad. You train. It's a good thing. Now, my abilities are not on automatic. I took them off by mistake, obviously. I like to keep my abilities on automatic. Just because it just saves me from having to keep level up during the game. Now, as an assassin, you jump in, get in where you can fit in, you get out of there. And here's another thing a lot of players do wrong when they're playing with an assassin. They like to stand in there and fight one-on-one or one-on-two as if
your middle tower.
I got one guy coming. Oh, look at this. I missed him. Okay, as if this is Tekken. Remember, guys, this is not Tekken. So, an assassin, you're supposed to get in and out, right? Remember, in and out. Not stand there and fight because this is not Tekken. You do not have a defense button or block. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's gonna be so much fun.
You want to get in and get out. Okay? I see a lot of new players, they standing there, they're fighting, then they get killed, and then they're like, looking around like your team should help you. Well, you listen, your team, the idea is to stay alive. You can't power up or level up if you're dead all the time. So, as an assassin, we're not going to stand in there and just fight. We're not going to just stand there and fight. Because that does your team no good when you're getting killed. Now, I have my ultimate, obviously. It's all right.
Double. I make this look easy.
Get a little bit of health back. Okay, so you get the basics of it. Stay out of sight. Now again, this is computer, so it's a little bit different here, guys. But you want to stay out of sight. You want to eat in the jungle. What do I mean when I say eat for you new players is kill the jungle minions. Okay, when you get the different buffs that they give you. Like this is a mana buff. Okay, do I really need the mana buff? Definitely not. As an assassin, you really want the red or the yellow. The yellow with the speed. I can take the blue buff, but it's not like I really need it. Okay. So just bear in mind, guys, you're playing assassin. What's your job? Get in, get quick kills. Okay. High damage cards or defensive cards, depending on what kind of assassin you're playing with. If it's an up close assassin such as Fenrir, depending. Okay, you may want to.
I believe in you.
You may want to put some defensive cards in. I've played Fenrir with defensive cards before. I'm just going back to the home screen. But I'm not going to make it a long video because my next video is going to be on the next guard. I have to see what the next guard's, the next character class is after Assassin. I don't recall what it was. But again, if you're playing with an Assassin, what is your role? Get in, get out. Kill, get out. Okay, high damage cards. Some defensive cards, maybe if you're up close, maybe depending on what your team is comprised of. Okay, do you have a tank on your team? A do you have a tank on your team? Do you have a mage on your team? Um, and things of that nature. Okay, so next will be Guardian. I'll do Guardians next in the next video. But assassin, remember, get in, get out. Understand your assassin. Understand what their abilities do. A lot of the abilities have a chain that you want to put together. For instance, if you're playing with Arachne, okay, you want to activate, you want to activate her venomous bite, her cocoon, right? Maybe you want to catch them with the web first because it'll slow them down. It'll put some spiders on them, take a little damage away, and then you want to activate the get on that. You want to get on that trail, which will speed her up. Then you want to activate her venomous bite and her cocoon. The cocoon, after 3 hits or so, will wrap her. Okay, will wrap the enemy up. Venomous bite will do the extra damage on them because it's poison. So you want to understand the chain of events: web, venom, cocoon, attack. You can activate the cocoon and the web simultaneously because they act together. Okay, they get in the way. Okay, you want to activate the night crawlers, jump up on the web, chase them, track them down, jump down, slow them down, and you got them. Okay, they all have a passive. You see what her passive is: damage every 5% of the target's missing health. Okay, so these are the things I'm speaking of. Every assassin has a different thing. Again, I'm not gonna make it a long video because I'm gonna do every class of character. Next video is gonna be a guardian, then I'll do a hunter, then I'll do a mage, then I'll do a warrior. Okay, I do understand all characters, um, all classes. Am I the greatest Smite player? Nah, of course not. Who is? Everybody that says they are, they're not. Um, but I play well enough to play with anyone. Um, I do, and so Um, and I know how to break it down so that you can understand it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will be more than happy to engage with you and let you know what you can do to get better. These are just things that no one did for me. Hey, I'll tell you what, I had to struggle to learn everything on Smite. No one taught me or my friends anything. We got on there and we got our asses whooped, okay, for a hot minute. But we learned well. And hey, now we're pretty good. We play all the time. We're pretty good. We're not the greatest. We're not pro players. Um, we don't. And like I said, we don't strive to be. But in layman's terms, we're great. We're good. And we played against pro players. We played against high ranked players. So, and we've held our own. And we've beat a few. So we do understand the game, and I do understand that there is a lot lacking when it comes to new players. I see new players get on Smite all the time, and they just don't understand the game. And it can be frustrating if you know how to play and you're trying to win, and then you got someone on the team that just don't know what they're doing, and they're playing the game like it's Street Fighter, and it's just not the way it's supposed to be played. So that is what I'm trying to teach people. And again, assassin, you want to get in and out. You want to do high damage. You want to get the squishy characters on the other team or who you're attacking. Stop attacking the tanks. If you're playing with assassin, stop attacking tanks. Attack the squishy players, right? Attack the squishy players. Um, and with the squishy players, again, those are players that can't take a lot of damage. Your mages and hunters, okay, and other assassins, if you can catch them unaware. Those are the characters you want to attack. Stop attacking the tanks unless you're fully powered and you can chop that tank down. Or if the tank has low health, then you attack them. Okay, or if you have a ultimate move or something like that that's going to stun the tank and give your team time to finish him off along with yourself, fine, go for it. But other than that, you always want to attack the squishy players, attack the mages, attack the hunters, attack the other assassins. Watch when you attack the hunters and the assassins late in the game because they do a lot of damage. Catch them when they're unaware. Again, stay unseen. Attack when you're not seen, and get in and get out. Main objectives as an assassin. Okay, and no prolonged fights as an assassin because you're a squishy yourself and you will be focused on and killed quickly if you don't get in and out. So attack the characters that you can kill and get out of there. All right. Thanks for listening, and I'm the real Nitty. And guess what? Next video will be coming soon. Thank you, folks. Thank you.